Yeah, my wonderful BIAFRAN brothers and sisters, family members, anywhere one of them, I beg make on hear this breaking news. Hope both of them have done it again. Last, don't bab the last man standing. I call him last man standing because this guy really tried. Nonso Unkwa in Imo State, and I still remember him. The guy is working with Ozisa Radio. He's a true Biafran and a lover of freedom and also the lover of the freedom of Biafra. Mr. Nonso Unkwa was being abducted or kidnapped or forcefully taken into custody simply because he criticized the government of Imo State on the killings that is happening to Biafrans and how the governor have connived with his so-called Asre Dokobo to be wiping out the youth in Imo State, most precisely in Olo, Oru, and other parts of Mbano, Mbise, and the rest of them. So this guy is a stern, different Biafran and a supporter of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and also who stands Gidibam on the ground and said that what Hope Uzodinjo is doing in Imo State is ethnic cleansing under the guise of he is fighting against insecurity and criminality. But indirectly, the so-called cabals in Asrock that paid him to do so knows exactly what they are doing. So my wonderful people, I would like us to interact in this very manner to know why the suspected secret police and DSS operatives have to abduct Governor Hope Uzodinma's critic and popular radio journalist and also a Biafran soldier, a gallant Biafran soldier, Nonso Unkwa in Imo State. Hope I've done it again, my wonderful people. As you're watching, do not forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, because all the very, very important. And you know the part of them all. So to make sure that you share this message. All the Imolites in this house or outside this house, anywhere where they make sure that this message get to them. We need to do what? Vote out Hope Uzodinma coming November 11, 2023. No matter how we try, no matter how we want to rig the election, now the IMO have known best. Yes, they have known the better and they have already tested the mug waters and also the clean waters and all they want to choose. So anywhere where you go, a Biafran or Imolite or Igbo, as long as you partake on that very election of November 11 this year, my dear brothers, my dear sisters, do not vote your conscience. Vote out Hope Uzodinma. I don't care about your conscience. I don't care about what you believe. But hope must not continue the extrajudicial killing that is happening right in Imo State. Cleansing the IPOPs, the Biafrans, the Igbos, the ESNs, all the monarch in Imo State. Almost majority of them, 50% of them now have been killed by Hope Uzodinma simply because they didn't support his government. So let us go straight to the headlines that we have today. After that, we can be able to come back and know exactly what happens and why this Hope Uzodinma how to abduct this young, vibrant Biafran soldier simply because the guy is his critic, never supported him in any way. Okay, let us see another headline. The governor of or the newly elected governor of Abia State, he don't carry a matter. Contook for this issue of sit at home. You look at what he said. He said, and the message reads, as I quote, "We can't afford EPA's 2 weeks sit at home order." This one is coming from Governor Alex Chioma Oti of Abia State. Another headline we have here is Ohaneze Ndu Iberibe leadership. I don't know who are the leadership, whether na Isi Guzoro because he have his own faction, or Dr. Iwanyanwu Emmanuel, whether na that one. But what he says here is Ohaneze Ndu Iberibe leadership invites Mazi Ekpa group for discussion over sit-at-home controversy. And we have another situation here at hand. Niger Republic military junta accuses France of planning strikes to free their ousted President Bazoum Mohammed, who have been in detention or in captivity since the day that the junta take over the government of power. And look at this one again. Nnamdi Kanu knows that Simon Ekpa is hired, fully bankrolled by Nigerian government. This one is coming from lawyer Aloysius Ejiofor. Now so you take talk about Presidential Tribunal. They don't get set to rule on article P2B APM's petition seeking President Ahmed Tinubu's removal from Asorok or from office. This one, make una see wetin dey happen. Una say the country where we have PhDs, professors, rigging election for the so-called illiterates we have in the government house. Imagine drama as a senator, a great ministerial nominee who presented his certificate. Wetin this man get for his certificate na 3 F9s and 2 passes, no A and no E. Those are the people that are ruling us. And tell me what this person is going to produce at that very level that they took him to. Nigerian system of government have turned to a court, whereby if you don't belong in that court, my dear, forget it. But once you belong, even if you have 9 Fs, my dear, you are up to go. Anyway, my wonderful people, I don't want to talk much. Let us go straight to the reason why we are here. We have to start our news from this abduction of Hope Uzodinjo's critics happens in Imo State recently. A popular broadcast journalist, Chinonso Uba, popularly known as Nonso Nkwa, has been kidnapped by gun-wielding plainclothes men suspected to be operatives of the Department of State Service in Owerri, Imo State. Uba was on Friday accosted by heavily armed marksmen shortly after he finished anchoring his morning program on Ozisa FM, Owerri, on the premises of Assumpta Cathedral of Owerri Catholic Archdiocese. He was driving in his SUV when the attackers double-crossed him in front of Holy Ghost College Secondary School Junction. The journalist is known critic of Hope Uzodinjo government in Imo State, particularly regarding the security in the entire Imo State in general. An eyewitness said that the government operated in a Hilux vehicle, a Lexus 350, and another identified as ES, that Lexus ES 330. The source said the government forced the activist, who is also the coordinator of Protect the Weak International Foundation, a human rights group, into one of its vehicles and speed off. DSS acting like criminals. His vehicle was abandoned at the scene as people rushed in an attempt to rescue him, but were scared away by the attackers. The source said unknown men or unknown people armed with AK-47 rifles have abducted my colleague, Theodore Chinonso Uba, Nonso Nkwa of Ozisa 96.1 FM, Owerri. This was 30 minutes ago in front of the Maria Assumpta Cathedral, Owerri, on his way out after walking that said morning. An eyewitness said they look like police or DSS, and they block him off with not less than 2 vehicles at the entrance of the cathedral. He was being very critical of Hope Uzodinjo's as well as the killings in Imo State, another source added. He resisted them as he was shouting they wanted to kill me before he was taken away in one of the vehicles. His jeep was not taken away alongside him. They were all dressed in black and blue attires, carrying guns while they were masked. They prevented people from making video of the incident. Let nothing happen to him, please, according to the eyewitnesses. The manager of Ozisa FM, Reverend Father Lemon Nzerogo, who confirmed the incident, said he was yet to ascertain if the journalist was arrested or kidnapped. The priest said, "We don't know if he was arrested or kidnapped. We have reached out to the State Police Security Service, SSS, people, and they said they were not responsible. We are heading to the police to confirm. We will keep you people posted on any further development concerning this issue." Imo police spokesperson Henry Okoye are yet to respond to inquiries at the time of filling this particular report. According to Alex Uti, we can't afford a past 2-week sit-at-home order again in our respective states. Abia State Governor Chief Alex Uti has said that residents of the state cannot afford to stay at home for 2 weeks in compliance with the directive issued by the Simon Ekpa's faction of the indigenous people of Biafra, IMO. WOTO said this on Monday in Abuja, the federal capital, on the sideline of the security meeting convened by the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, to address issues of insecurity in the southeast, which was attended by the governors of the region. The Abia State governor, only a handful of people were benefiting from the sit-at-home order, using the instrument of fear to intimidate the people, and as such, the government cannot sit and watch them succeed. Governments all over the world cannot be threatened, and we need to sound that note of warning. You cannot afford to sit at home when you have work to do. A lot of people live on a daily basis. The taxi drivers, the keke drivers, the woman that is selling pepper in the market. If she sits at home for 2 weeks, she will die of hunger. So it is null and void, WOTO told the journalist after the security meetings. During the meeting, WOTO and his IMO state counterpart, Hope Uzodinjo, were present while the governors of Anambra, Enugu, and Ebonyi sent their representatives. In other words, they do not even care about the security of lives and property of the people they are leading. Chief of Defense Staff, Major General Christopher Musa, also attended the security meeting as well. And as the leadership invites Simon Ekpa group for discussion over sit-at-home controversy. The Abes Igbo Social Cultural Organization Ndi Believe has invited the self-acclaimed Biafran agitator Simon Ekpa and his groups for discussion amid the sit-at-home protest against the continued detention of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. The President General Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwu gave the invitation in a statement issued on Monday while condemning the incident call for sit-at-home, begging that it should be countenanced. Chief Iwanyanwu, however, warned all security operatives in the southeast to exercise the highest degree of prudence in the discharge of their official duties to avoid further loss of innocent lives in Igbo land. The President General expressed his sympathy with the families who have lost loved ones and properties during these unfortunate events, while calling for the cooperation of all and the sundry to address all the grievances of our people. He said, and I quote, "It is indeed very disheartening that the people of southeast of Nigeria are being subjected to hardships by the incident call for sit-at-home. Unfortunately, several non-state actors, in an attempt to enforce the order, have unleashed mayhem on the people. As a result, several people have been killed and maimed, and properties worth millions of naira have been destroyed. In addition to this, the sit-at-home order has been installing fears and trepidation in the good people of the southeast, making it difficult for people to come out to transact their lawful businesses on the sit-at-home days." The southeast is noted for micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises, indigenous manufacturing, fabrications, and agro-allied industries. To this end, several authorities have put the losses encountered by the people of the southeast at trillions of naira on each sit-at-home day. The southeast have witnessed the loss of clients and customers who find alternatives because of the unstable business environment in the southeastern part of the country. The food transportation to the southeast charge more for a trip to the southeast because of these sit-at-home orders. Furthermore, insecurity and unknown government have been on the increase because of the sit-at-home order. Worse still, over 250 persons are estimated to have lost their lives through the enforcement of sit-at-home order since the inception. It is evident that the sense of sit-at-home or series of sit-at-home orders is affecting the social and the economic life of Igbos. Surely, it is not to the advantage of the Igbos. Based on the above backdrop, I, Chief Dr. Manuel Iwanyanwu, the President General of Ohanese Ndi Belibe worldwide, hereby direct that the seat at home in Igbo land should be discountenanced. And I therefore urge all the sons and daughters of Igbo land to go about their lawful businesses. Which authority do you have to command people to go back? No security apparatus that have been provided, and you are talking from your nose. It seems like you are reasoning from your ass or from your anus. As a father, I hereby request Mr. Simon Ekpa and his group for a discussion and an opportunity to air their grievances, and all the security operatives to exercise the highest degree of prudence in the discharge of their official duties to avoid further loss of innocent lives in Igbo land, according to Dr. Emmanuel Iwanyanwu. Niger Republic military junta accuses France of planning strikes to free ousted President Bazoum. The Republic of Niger military junta has said that the toppled government has authorized France to carry out strikes at the presidency to try to free ousted leader Mohamed Bazoum. The junta seized power last week and ousted democratically elected President Bazoum. One of the coup leaders, Army Colonel Amadao Abramane, on the state television on Monday said that the authorization was signed by the Niger Foreign Affairs Minister Osam Masdao, acting as a Prime Minister, Reuters report as well. Masdao could not be reached for comment. France has condemned the coup and ordered that Bazoum be reinstated, but has not announced any intention to intervene militarily. Paris did not immediately respond to requests for comment on Monday either, according to Reuters. The military junta, which has confined Bazoum to the presidential palace since Wednesday, has previously warned against foreign attempts to extract him, saying it will result in bloodshed and chaos. The coup in Niger followed military takeovers in neighboring Mali, Burkina Faso over the 2 years, all of which have come amid a wave of anti-France sentiments. France has had the troops in the region for a decade, helping to fight an Islamist insurgents, but some locals said they want the former colonial ruler to stop intervening in their affairs henceforth. Niger has been a key ally in Western campaigns against insurgents linked to Al-Qaeda and Islamic State in the Sahel, and there are concerns the coup could open the door to greater Russian influence in the region and also allow the insurgents to spread across the globe. Supporters of the junta burned French flags and attacked the French embassy in Niger's capital, Niamey, on Sunday, drawing tear gas from the police. The junta accused France in another statement of shooting at protesters and injuring 6 people. French President Emmanuel Macron said any attacks on French interests in Niger will be met with a swift and uncompromising response. West African Regional Bloc ECOWAS has imposed sanctions and said it could authorize the use of force if Niger coup's leaders fail to reinstate ousted President Bazoum within 1 week. Chadian President Mahamat Idris Deby fled to Niger over the weekend to help mediate the crisis and posted pictures on social media showing him meeting with Bazoum and separately with the coup leader Abdrahmane Tiani, whom the junta has declared head of state. Nnamdi Kanu knows that Simon Ekpa is hired, fully bankrolled by the Nigerian government. Lawyer Aloysius Ejiofor, in an update on his visit to Kanu on Monday, which is yesterday, that the IPOB leader mentioned this during the routine visit to him at the Department of State Service DSS custody in Abuja. The detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB Nnamdi Kanu is aware that a Finland-based self-acclaimed disciple, Simon Ekpa, was hired and fully bankrolled by the Nigerian government to cause unrest in the southeast, Kanu's lawyer Ifeanyi Ejiofor has declared. Ejiofor, in an update on his visit to Kanu on Monday, said the same thing, and the DSS and other security operatives later mentioned during the routine visit at the Department of State Service that Ekpa was being paid and bankrolled by the federal or Fulani government of Nigeria. According to the lawyer, Kanu, who has several times denounced Ekpa and during the weekend, in a handwritten letter, warned against the continued enforcement of the cancelled sit-at-home order and said that whoever still goes about to observe any unauthorized sit-at-home directives should know that he or she is working for the Nigerian government to destroy our once peaceful land. Ejiofor added that Kanu was angry, emphatic that Simon Ekpa is procured and fully bankrolled by the Nigerian government for the purpose of causing unrest on our region. Kanu directed his followers and the people of the southeast to check records of freedom fighters across the world and tell or identify anybody, if any, whose style of liberating his or her people was to impose economic hardship and unimaginable terror on the same people. Kanu observed that the evil activities of these marauders, which have no connection with the freedom fighting, also extend to perpetration of all forms of violent crimes in our region, which include but are not limited to kidnapping and killings. Presidential Tribunal gets set to rule on Article OB and APM petition seeking President Tinubu's removal from Aso Rock or from office. The Presidential Election Petition Court in Abuja is preparing to deliver its judgment on the three petitioners' petitions seeking to nullify President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's election of 2023. The Justice Haruna Tsunami-led panel has called on all parties to adopt their final arguments. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) declared Tinubu the winner of the presidential election held on February 25th, where he defeated 17 other candidates. However, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, and flag bearer of the Labour Party, Peter Gregory Obi, who placed second and third respectively, have challenged the results. Both Atiku and Obi claim they won the presidential election and question Tinubu's eligibility to contest in the said election. That argued that Tinubu did not secure the majority of lawful votes and request that his certificate of return be revoked. They also proposed a fresh election excluding Tinubu, claiming he was never qualified to participate in the first place. Atiku in particular has brought up issues concerning Tinubu's birth, death, education, state of origin, and the dual citizenship with Guinea-Bissau. He further argues that Tinubu's degree certificate from Chicago State University actually belongs to a woman. Obi and Labour Party have also contested Tinubu's eligibility, citing a period indictment and a fine from a U.S. District Court for an offense involving dishonesty and drug trafficking. They accuse INEC of breaching its own regulations and guidelines. If their petitions are successful, the challenges hope that Tinubu votes will be disregarded due to his disqualification, and that Obi, who they believe met all constitutional requirements, will be declared the winner of the election. Alternatively, they request a new election in which Tinubu, his running mate, Senator Kashim Shettima, and the APC will be ineligible to participate. While 5 petitions were initially filed, 2 parties, the Action Alliance AA and the Action People's Party APP, have withdrawn their cases. The remaining petition from the Allied People's Movement APM argues that the withdrawal of Tinubu's initial vice presidential candidate invalidated his candidacy. This case is also awaiting judgment. Drama as Senator Grace's ministerial nominee, who presented certificate with 3 F9s and 2 passes. There was drama on the floor of the Senate on Monday over the O-level result of one of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's military nominees, Bello Muhammad Goronyo from Sokoto State, who appeared for screening before the senators. The senators observed inconsistencies in the nominee's O-levels result as it showed he had 3 F9s and 2 passes. Senator Alwell Onyesu, Rivers East, who drew the attention of the lawmakers to the irregularities in Goronyo's certificates, asked how the nominee used such a result to obtain admission into a university as his CV showed he bagged a low degree from the Osman Danfodio University, Sokoto, and was called to the Nigerian bar in 2001. All now what? All na bribe. So far you have somebody at the top, yeah, immunity covers you. I have taken time to go through your resume. I would like you to go back to your academic qualifications. I've been looking for your school certificate. I saw that you sat for 5 subjects and got only 2 passes. I don't know how, but I want to imagine that you still have another one to bring. If not, I would want you to explain how you got into university with that, Alwele asked. In his response, Goronyo explained that how he got admission is not an issue, as the Constitution recognizes a secondary school certificate as the minimum qualification for any elective position in the country. You see, nonsense Constitution that never helped the country. He added that he has other results but didn't add them to his CV. I have other secondary school results which I have passed and not attached to my CV. I want to remind the distinguished senator that the SSCE qualification, you can stand for an election up to the presidency. So I didn't bother you with more certificates. But I know I have the qualification for that, he said. However, Senate President Godswill Akpabio reminded the nominees that he wasn't seeking an elective office, but was being considered for a ministerial appointment. You are telling us that you choose the qualifications to bring to the Senate because of the constitution that secondary school certificate is what is required to stand for election. You are not coming to stand for election. You are coming to become a minister. So which are the other certificates you concealed and did not put in your CV? Akpabio queried. The development unsettled Goronyo as he responded that the secondary school certificate is there and other certificates of other qualifications. What I'm trying to say is that I have sat for another examination and I have passed, but I don't want to attach qualifications because this generated noise from the senators who disagreed with the nominee, but Akpabio intervened and directed the nominee to bring the other certificates. He also prevented the ministerial nominee from answering other questions, directing to him to take a bow and instead. That's so they take kill this country. Now so they take kill the country. Akpabio, a rubber stamp National Assembly, I will repeat itself again in this conquest. May the Lord deliver this country. That's the only thing I can say. I have not seen anything good coming from these recycled old fools who don't want to retire from office rather than jumping from one executive office to the other. May God deliver this country. That is the only thing I can say for now. They are not doing well, and they are not even stand a chance of doing any well. May God deliver this country. As we are battling with what we called that this country can never be good. Look at what the Senate President is saying. Lawmakers' salaries not enough. Akpabio laments. The President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has said that the salaries of members of the National Assembly were not enough to take care of demands from their constituents. According to the Senate President, the lawmakers' earnings were too inadequate to cater to the volume of requests from various constituents represented in the National Assembly. Akpabio stated this on Monday while contributing to the debate on a motion sponsored by Abdurrahman Kawu Suleiman, member of the New Nigerian People's Party (NNPP), representing Kano State, on the need to avert impending strike planned by the Nigerian Labour Congress. Akpabio considered that though hardships associated with the removal of subsidy on petroleum products were enormous, there was need for the people to be more patient with government while steps were being taken to ameliorate sufferings of the people. Yet, you said that your salary is not enough. Kawu, while defending his motion, said that the strike will cripple the country as movement will be severely curtailed as commercial transport operators would withdraw their service while market schools and healthcare facilities will be forced to shut down. He argued that the strike, if not averted, will plunge the nation into deeper economic woes, dislocate businesses, and lead to hunger, frustration, and more hardship. Nigerian Labour Congress strike is also a bad reputation for the Nigerian economy and the educational system because it portrays the country in a bad light to the external world and discourages foreigners from coming to do businesses or study in Nigeria, Kawu added. The Senate, after the debate, mandated its leadership to interfere between the Nigerian Labour Congress and the federal government in order to avert the strike for tomorrow. Anyway, my wonderful people, my viewers and subscribers, when I see how my voice dey sound, it is not in a good it's not a good one. So I just want to use this medium to let una know say here you are coming to the end of this broadcast of today. Anyhow wey take bio, make una subscribe to my channel, the like, the share, and also the comment, because it is very, very important and very, very necessary. Have a nice day and happy new month to you all. May the Almighty God bless us all as we are witnessing this new month. Today happens to be the first day of August. So shall it be. Bye for now. Kemesiano.